let us see the objective part regarding environmental degradation. Right now, as I am saying again and again, go through the videos, you can answer each and every question perfectly. Now let us come to the questions. Observe the first one. Consider the following statements regarding biomagnification. Now I have dealt this biomagnification in detail and in many questions also. Focus on the question and you are asked to find out the correct answer. Right now, what is the first statement given there? Biomagnification is increase in concentration of metals in successive trophic levels which will lead to drastic negative effects. Yes, this is perfectly correct. This is what we have discussed: successive trophic levels, increase in concentration of metals in successive trophic levels. So your first statement is perfectly right. Biomagnification happens with metals with density less than 5 gram per centimeter cube, which are medium density metals. No, bluntly wrong. Right now, DDT, which biomagnifies and disturbs calcium metabolism in birds and results in premature breaking of eggs. Yes, perfectly right. This is what we have discussed in Michigan Lake. Right, after spraying DDT, the count of birds are decreasing. We have discussed in the video. Right, go through the video. Now your answer is 1 and 3 only. Next one. Excessive release of pollutant carbon monoxide into the air may produce a condition in which oxygen supply in the human body decreases. Now what causes this condition? It seems, now see here, I have discussed this twice and thrice in the videos in regarding different situations. Now see here, your hemoglobin will have more affinity to carbon rather than oxygen, so it reacts with carbon monoxide plus hemoglobin will form carboxyhemoglobin. Now see here, your B option is exactly the correct statement. The inhaled CO has much higher affinity for hemoglobin as compared to oxygen. Right, now this is the correct one, perfectly correct. Consider the following effects caused of smog, it seems. Right, now you are asked to find out the correct answers. Now it hampers visibility. Yes, perfectly right. All Delhiians are observing this. Heavy smog decreases the ultraviolet radiations. Yes, perfectly right. Now it is the reason for acid rains. No, sulfur oxides and nitrogen oxides are the reasons for acid rains. Decrease in manufacturing of natural vitamin D. Yes, perfectly correct. Right, so these are the reasons. Now your answer is 1, 2, 4 only. Consider the following statements regarding fly ash. Right, and you are asked to find out correct answers. Fly ash is one such residue produces whenever a combustion of solid material takes place. Yes, first statement is perfectly right. Coal based thermal power plants are major emitters of fly ash. Yes, second statement is perfectly right. Now fly ash is collected by passing hot steam before the flue gases goes into the chimney. No. Now see here, fly ash is collected from the exhaust gases by electrostatic precipitators or bag filters. Now this fly ash is collected by bag filters or precipitators. Done. And it is collected from exhaust gas. So your third statement is perfectly wrong. Right, done. So what's your answer then? 1 and 2 only. Consider the following statements regarding effects because of particular air pollutant, and you are asked to find out correct answers. Carbon monoxide will result into difficulty in breathing problem severe headache, unconsciousness, and even death. Yes, this is what happening. Carbon monoxide will have more affinity with hemoglobin, and it forms carboxyhemoglobin. Your oxygen carrying capacity is decreased, and all these problems occur. Ozone will result into nervous disorder. No, bluntly wrong. Now, on continuous exposure to relatively low concentrations of ozone can reduce your lung functions or your respiratory tract infections, not nerve disorder. Mercury will result in Minamata disease. Yes, classic case of biomagnification. Done. So your answers are 1 and 3 only, right? Consider the following statements regarding COD, chemical oxygen demand. Now see here, I have discussed about this COD in detail, right? Now you have to choose the correct answer using the codes given below. Now what are the correct answers there? It is amount of oxygen needed for chemical reactions of inorganic matter in water, it seems. Is it correct? No. COD is nothing but the measurement of oxygen required to oxidize soluble and particulate organic matter. It's not inorganic matter. Right, in water. So your first statement is wrong. It is slightly better mode of pollution measure in water rather than biological oxygen demand. Yes. Now see here, COD is often used than BOD due to shorter length of testing time, right? So your second one is perfectly correct. So your answer is B only. Done. Consider the following statements regarding bioremediation, and you are asked to find out correct one. Now what are the correct options there? Bioremediation is use of microorganisms like bacteria and fungi to degrade environmental contaminants into less toxic materials. Perfect classic definition of bioremediation, right? Bioremediation is limited to only biodegradable waste. Yes, perfectly right. So your answer is both 1 and 2. Consider the following statements regarding oil zapper. Now I have discussed this oil zapper technology in detail, and see here you have to pick out the correct options. Now this is a bioremediation technique that is developed by Terry. Yes, perfectly right. It is a mixture of bacteria that degrades pollutants in oil contaminated sites, leaving behind no harmful substances. Yes, perfectly right. The production of oil zapper is very costly, so that which makes this process economically unviable. No, bluntly wrong. So your answer is 1 and 2 only. Consider the following statements regarding tetraethyl lead. Now you are asked to find out correct answers. Now what are the correct options there? It works as an anti-knock agent and increases the efficiency of a vehicle. Yes, perfectly right. This also complements catalytic converter in vehicles in collecting particulate pollutants, it seems. No, bluntly wrong. Now see here, catalytic converters use a chemical reaction to change pollutants like carbon monoxide and other harmful hydrocarbons to carbon dioxide, nitrogen and water. Now this tetraethyl lead would tend to clog up these converters, making them impermeable. Thus unleaded gasoline became the fuel of choice for any car with a catalytic converter. Now see here, this doesn't complement, this blocks the catalytic converter tetraethyl lead. This is what we have discussed, right? TIL blocks and makes it impermeable. So this is wrong one. Now because of toxic nature, it is now banned in most of the countries and replaced with other materials. Yes, perfectly right. So your answer is 1 and 3 only. Which of the following are effects of acid rains? Right now, leaching of nutrients may make soil less fertile. Yes, perfectly right. Increase in ammonia. Yes, see here, your nitrogen oxide compounds will be entered into the environment, into the soil, which is nothing but increase in, after ammonification it becomes ammonia. Increase in decomposition because of increased chemical reactions. No, bluntly wrong. Now due to acid rain, decomposition will never be increased, right? Now your options are 1 and 2 only. A option. The National Air Quality Monitoring Program NAMP, run by Central Pollution Control Board, monitors which of the following pollutants at all the locations? Now I have discussed this in detail, right? Now what's your answer there? Carbon dioxide? No. Is sulfur dioxide? Yes. Is oxides of nitrogen? Yes. Suspended particulate matter? Yes. So 2, 3, 4. Apart from this, 4 air pollutants are located, monitored: sulfur dioxide, oxides of nitrogen, now respirable suspended particulated matters, and fine particulate matters. Now this suspended particulate matters is called PM10. Already I have discussed this, and one more PM 2.5. These are the 4 where NAMP will monitor, right? So your answer is 2, 3, 4. With reference to eutrophication, consider the following statements and let me know the correct statement there, right? Primary productivity becomes low. No, bluntly wrong. Oxygen availability decreases. Is it correct? Yes, this is correct. You are asked to find out correct statement. Oxygen availability decreases due to eutrophication. See here, more minerals will be there, automatically more algal blooms will be grown there, automatically they uses more oxygen, your oxygen availability decreases. Perfectly correct. So only 2. With reference to oil spills, consider the following statements and answer the correct one. They make water deficient in oxygen. Yes. They can cause algal blooms. No, bluntly wrong. If there is deficient in oxygen, how can they cause algal blooms? No. So your answer is only 1. The gas responsible for Bhopal gas tragedy was, right? The gas responsible for Bhopal gas tragedy was, what is that? Methyl propanol. All these options are wrong. Methyl isocyanate is the gas responsible for Bhopal gas tragedy, which is called MIC gas. Right. This is the answer. Focus on the things. Right. Now, photochemical smog mainly contains what? I have discussed this. Nitrogen oxide. Right. One straight question. Eutrophication is caused by overnutrition. Now, one straight question, right? Now, non-point water pollution source is, now see here, point water pollution source and non-point water pollution source. Now what's your answer there? Nutrition runoff is nothing but non-point water solution. Industries, domestic waste, oil spills are point water solution source. Right? Straight question. Next one. The primary cause of acid rain around the world is due to sulfur dioxide. Now everybody know about this. It's one straight question. Now, formation of algal bloom in water body is due to, now we have discussed this in detail. Now what is your answer there? Enrichment of nutrients. D option. Chemical smog is also known as, now I have discussed this in detail. London smog. I have discussed the details regarding London smog also. Smog is the combination of, now these are the previous questions, right? Focus on the things. Fog and smoke is nothing but combination. Now which of the following is a secondary air pollutant? Secondary air pollutant, it seems. Now CO2, SO2, NO2 are primary air pollutants. Now your ozone is secondary air pollutant. Ashok and neem plants are planted in front of buildings because they, now what's your general question, right? It's an easy thing. Absorb harmful gases, not harmful noise. Now Los Angeles smoke occur due to, now I have discussed this Los Angeles smoke in detail, right? This occur due to ozone plus nitrogen dioxide reaction, right? Volatile organic compounds. Now this will lead to ozone formation, and this ozone again react with NO2, all these things, right? Focus on things. Now blue baby syndrome is caused due to, again I have discussed this syndrome also. What's your answer there? Nitrate ions. Now which of the following are particulate matter, it seems. Now what are the particulate matter? Let me know that, right? Your soot is particulate matter, smoke is particulate matter, dust, asbestos fibers, all these are particulate matters. Straight question. So your option is 1, 2, 3 and 4. Which of the following is the most dangerous and lost langing, right? See here, biomedical waste, no. Ash and from volcano, no. Mining waste, no. Your nuclear waste is most dangerous and lost longing. Which of the following is not a primary air pollutant, it seems. Now focus on this. Is not a primary. Now see here, your methane, sulfur dioxide, asbestos are primary pollutants. Not means your ozone is not a primary pollutant. It's a secondary air pollutant. In the process of enriching uranium, the common byproducts are, right? Now what are byproducts? That your depleted uranium ores, yes. Contaminated tools, yes, perfectly right. Now contaminated clothing, yes, perfectly right. You're all the above, right? In the process of enriching uranium, the common byproducts are, all these are common byproducts. Fluoride in the atmosphere is contributed by, one more general question, burning coal, yes. Steel industries, yes. Brick making, yes. Your option is all of these. Common heavy metals that pollute soil and water include, common heavy metals that pollute soil and water include cadmium, yes. Lead, yes. Mercury, yes. So all of these is your option. Acid rains occur due to, again repeated the same question. Now what's your answer there? Sulfur dioxide, H2SO4. Match the list, right? Now match the following. What's your options there? Carbon monoxide, nothing but it helps in what? Asphyxiation. Am I right? Yes. Now carbon dioxide, greenhouse effect. Chlorofluorocarbon, ozone layer depletion. Now sulfur dioxide, acid rain. So 3, 4, 2, 1 is your option. Your C option exactly satisfies this. Worldwide decline in amphibian population have been attributed to, one more general question, UVB radiation, perfectly right. Pesticide residues, yes. Outbreak of fungal infections, yes. So your answer is all the above. Consider the following statements regarding catalytic converters. Now you are asked to find out the correct option there. Catalytic converters are used in vehicles. They have platinum, palladium and rhodium as catalyst. Bluntly correct. Unleaded petrol should be used in vehicles because it will inactivate the catalyst. Yes, perfectly correct. So your answers are both 1 and 2. Now consider the following: carbon dioxide, oxides of nitrogen, oxides of sulfur. Which of the above are the emissions from coal combustion at thermal power plants, it seems? Now carbon dioxide is emitted, oxides of nitrogen is emitted, oxides of sulfur is emitted. So your answer is all the above. Lead ingested or inhaled is a health hazard. After the addition of lead to petrol has been banned, what still are the sources of lead poisoning, it seems? Now one general question, smelting units, yes. Your pen and pencils contains lead, paints contain lead, hair oils and cosmetics contain lead, yes, perfectly right, all the above. Which of the following are components of fly ash, it seems? Now what are the components here, right? Aluminium oxide is a component, silicon dioxide is a component, calcium oxide is a component, toxic heavy metals like lead, arsenic and cobalt are the components of fly ash. So your answer is all the above. Consider the following statements regarding the radioactive pollution, it seems. The more half-life period of material, more potent polluter it is. Yes, perfectly right. Now your gamma rays, which has 2 protons and 2 neutrons, which is heaviest of all radiations, have more damaging effect. No. Your second statement, this is not more damaging. So your answer is only one. Consider the following statements. Acid rains has very less effect in India because our soils are alkaline in nature. Yes, perfectly right. In long run, because of acid rain, microbial action in soil will shift from fungi bound to bacteria bound, which increase the rate of decomposition. No, wrong. So your answer is only one. Pollutants can be classified as primary and secondary pollutants. Which of these are primary pollutants, it seems? Now which of these are again, we have seen this type of questions many, right? Now volatile organic compounds are primary pollutants, right? These two are ground level ozone and acid rain are secondary pollutants. So your answer is only A. What can be the impact of excessive inappropriate use of nitrogen fertilizers in the agriculture, it seems? Now proliferation of nitrogen fixing microorganisms in soil can occur. No, this is not the impact, right? Increase in acidity of soil can take place. Yes. Leaching of nitrate to the groundwater can occur. Yes, perfectly right. So your answer is C. Each and every question can be answered easily, right? Because all the things we have discussed in the video in detail. Now with reference to fly ash produced by the power plants using the coal as fuel, which of the following statements are correct, it seems? Select the correct answer code for this. Fly ash can be used in production of bricks for building construction. Perfectly right. Fly ash can be used as a replacement for some of the Portland cement contents of concrete. Yes. Fly ash is made up of silicon dioxide and calcium oxide only, it seems. No. We have discussed all the components of fly ash in the previous slide, right? So third one is wrong. So your answer is only 1 and 2. Now there is some concern regarding the nanoparticles of some chemical elements that are used by the industry in the manufacture of various products. Why? Select the correct answer for this, right? Now what are the options there? They can accumulate in the environment and contaminate water and soil. Perfectly right. They can enter the food chains. Yes, right. They can trigger the production of free radicals. Yes, perfectly right. So your answer is 1, 2 and 3. Now, which of the following are some important pollutants released by steel industry in India? Steel industry in India, it seems. Right. Now oxides of sulfur, yes. Oxides of nitrogen, yes. Carbon monoxide, yes. Carbon dioxide, yes. So your answer is all the above. Now which of the following can be found as pollutants in drinking water in some parts of India, it seems? Right. Now you can observe arsenic, yes. Sorbitol, no. Sorbitol is a vitamin, right? Fluoride, yes. Formaldehyde is a chemical, right? Formaldehyde, no. So uranium, yes. So your answers are 1, 3 and 5. With reference to bio-toilets used by Indian Railways, consider the following statements and you are asked to find out the correct statements. The decomposition of human waste in the bio-toilets is initiated by fungal inoculum. No, bluntly wrong. Ammonia and water vapor are the only end released in the atmosphere. No, both are wrong. So your answer is neither 1 nor 2. Right. Let us move on to the next one. Now see here regarding this bio-toilets. Now this is a bio-toilet is nothing but a toilet attached to a fermentation tank containing a liquid consortium of especially developed bacteria, aerobic or anaerobic. It's not fungal, it's bacteria. right? Now this biodigester tank in every toilet is filled with inoculums containing 4 types of bacteria. The water trap system in the toilet prevents air from getting into the tank. The human waste is processed by anaerobic bacteria, and methane gas is allowed to escape into the air. Not this too. Methane gas is allowed. One more general question. Now this was asked in the previous examination. Focus on this. Let us move on to the next one. Which among the following is the maximum consumer of water in India? It seems. Right now, what is the maximum consumer of water in India? Let me know that. Options are engineering, no. Paper pulp, no. Textiles, no. Your thermal power. This takes more water. Due to improper, indiscriminate disposal of of the given following are released into environment as e-waste. Now select your answer codes, correct answer codes. What are the answer codes? Right? Now your beryllium, yes. Your cadmium, yes. Your chromium, yes. Not heptachlorite, remove this. Now your mercury, yes. Lead is yes. Your mercury is yes. Not plutonium. So your answer is B. Indiscriminate disposal, it seems. Right? Focus on things. Thank you.